Hey there, tankers. Seattle Forge here. It has been a long damn time since I've done one of these, and there's a good reason for that. I committed self-destruct on my PC, trying to upgrade it, and then I went through a long and lengthy trial of trying to get it fixed. And at the end of the day, what I had to do was just buy everything new and start over, and lost all of my content and everything else. That's okay. Only I liked it. But anyway, we got a game here on Ghosttown with Golf Dude 3, aka Walt, who is a traitorous splitter who has gone to another clan because we don't play enough. And fair enough. He actually, it's a good point. We don't, especially when I was out. And I'll say that most of the clan activity is just he and I these days, with occasional drop-ins from other folks. But he plays a lot more than I do, and so he's gone off to another clan. And here he has a game in his T30. It's a Tier 9 game on Ghosttown. T30 has that massive 155mm gun that can troll you or troll them. And he's found this little patch here to hide behind, but soon he's going to find a little divot in here as well. And I'll say it wasn't really looking good for his team. And there's also a number of times, this is a really good game actually, but there's a number of times where I was like, you got robbed, like that low roll 630, but then he sets him on fire. It kind of makes up for it, which is nice. And Walt's spotted, he's backing up. And it doesn't look like anybody's in a position to take advantage of his being spotted, so good for him. But how is he going to play this? He has a number of tanks flanking him on the other side. 59 Patton is a pretty decent player who's overextended himself and will be dead. There he is. He's dead. Alright, so Walt does have a couple of his TD friends behind him. Oh, that's nice, taking out a Tier 9 light tank like that. Very nice shot. He does have a Nudez and something with a G on the end of it. Scorpion G behind him by quite a distance. But if Walt works this little divot correctly, he can stay hull down, and he can do what Americans are best at, and that's friendly fire. No, wait. What Americans are best... Okay, the things Americans are second best at is hull down tanks with strong turrets. And that's what we've got here. The T30 has an immensely strong turret from the front, and it's weak just about everywhere else. But no, he's playing smart. He's getting behind this ridge, and he's got to watch this pesky T49. And, he's really got to stop, moving his turret. You don't have to move your turret to look. There's the right mouse button. Not that I never make that mistake. But look at this. That's not bad luck. I was actually just firing late at a very small target. And the Borsig is smashed by our Scorpion G. Did Walt get any of the spotting on that, or are they spotting for themselves? Who knows? Oh, load. Nice big shot into their Tier 9 Italian auto-reloading medium. Standard B is a deadly tank, so that is epically important to getting this game close. So we're up 4-2, and there will be some twists and turns here. Good trigger discipline. Walt doesn't take a shot at the disappearing T69. So what happened? I wanted to upgrade my video card, so I bought a new video card and then found out the power supply wasn't good enough for the video card, so then I had to buy a new power supply, but that also meant that my case wasn't good enough, so I had to get a new case. And while I was tearing all that up, I broke the motherboard, so I need a new motherboard, and then installing the processor, I jammed it on the new motherboard, and a nice shot, removing all of the T49 hit points. That guy actually was a bit of a pest, but I don't know that he actually did anything. But it's nice to have him out of the way. Don't have to worry about him now. But it's around this time that Walt starts to spider sense is going off that something's happening towards the city, but you don't want to point your turret because you lose all of the armor. And here we go. Bad luck. How a 155mm armament bounces off the weak but angled turret of the T69, I have no idea. But that's what happened. So Walt just keeps a cool head and keeps looking ahead. It's 5-4. It's 5-5 now. You see, things are tying up. The other team's getting some momentum. Oh, 6-5 in our favor. Nice. Just a pixel or two to aim at there. But now the T95 has overly exposed himself and is pulling out and taking out the T28 from behind, but Walt puts a 782 into a little smidge of a high roll there. And that T95 is facing off against the T28 Prot. His younger sibling, T95 and this tank have the same gun, but if you don't use AP in your gun, you're not going to get the same results that Walt is. But look at that! Fully aimed shot, goes high, misses the ass of the massive T95. That's robbery, but also lucky that we didn't shoot the T28 prototype, which would have been bad. Now we have to face the nasty front of the T95, which has the biggest assault tank, or at least one of the biggest assault tanks in the game, has a massively armored front. Oof. Alright. Got to keep an eye on that T69 who's has led a charmed life. Alright, here the tanks come out and they're going to start disappearing, but not after Walt makes the IS-6 disappear. That's 3 kills for Walt. It's 7-6. 7-7. Alright, Super Pershing, T95 on not many hit points. Walt obviously not spotted. Nobody's paying attention to him. And just as things wink out, he decides to take a blind shot at the Super Pershing. Now that he's appeared, we see that he shaved him off of a bunch of hit points. Well done. And the unspotted Oho, now spotted, landed one on him. Along with the T95 who's firing HE. That's fortunate, because that would actually be some pretty big hit points that he fired AP at him. So it's fortunate that he's an idiot firing HE at this point in time. Alright. Lots of targets spotted, not many actually in front of his gun. And the Super Pershing is taken down. Targets are starting to wither back into the town, so the enemy team has the town, we have the field. It's 10-8. Things are looking pretty good. Time for a sip. So anyway, ended up buying new motherboard, new processor, new case, new cooling fan, same graphics card. New drive. They all the powering down, they corrupted my drive, so I had to get a new one. I got an SSD. They're remarkably cheap now, so I might even get another. The case can take it. I bought a big roomy case, so I'm kind of future-proof from that perspective. It's pretty exciting. Still the same grungy, food-encrusted, dead skin-encrusted keyboard and mouse I've always had. Keeping those. Same studio mic. It's interesting, kind of, the graphics card, for the last couple weeks I've been testing it, I've been crashing a lot, but I put an older driver in, and it seems to be going well. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, Walt pushes ahead into the city. Bit trepidatious to do so, because he's actually holding up a pretty good game, and of course, driving out in the open in a tank that actually only has armor in one location. Not always a smart decision, but somebody's got to do it. Alright, it is 12-11. This thing has been back and forth with slightly in favor this entire game. Alright. Let's criticize Walt's decision making here. Alright, so he is crawling in here. Hard to get in and out of this space. One lucky thing about this was no Artie. So working that location that he was at, without Artie to kind of rain on his parade, you know, it's all fine and dandy running a ridge, but when Artie starts to smash you over that ridge, the ridge becomes kind of a non-starter. Alright, so let's see. Is he going to get the ass of the Action 10? Is he going to get the little French guy? Is he going to get the... Yes. Ass of the Action 10. Of course! Carnarvon Action 10. My apologies. My apologies. Carnarvon Action... I really don't like all these new Action 10 tanks. It's confusing for old people, and I'm old. Alright. Their French TD has cleaned out our nest of TDs. It is now 13-12 in the enemy's favor. Their Oho on 5 kills. Their French TD on 3 kills. That AC-48 actually is not bad. Oh, unnecessary ammo rack on the Oho. That's going to get us a medal. Alright. So now it's 14-13 as soon as that. Very nice. Very nice. Alright, we have a 1390. What better than to have a spotter when you have this big gun? Alright, so it's 2 tier 9s against a tier 8. I'd say it's almost unfair at this point. It is unfair. But it's fine. Because, you know, you can still balls it up. Because, you know, it can still go wrong. Walt only has 377 hit points. That's one shot from the French TD. All right, he's taking a pause to compose himself. You know, one thing I always like to make clear to Walt is, just make a decision, mate. Don't hesitate. Don't make a decision, flip the decision, then flip the decision again, then flip the decision again. There's a lot of flat squirrels in the world who didn't go with their first choice. I'm dying to hear how the sound turns out on this, since I changed a few things. Could be rubbish. We'll find out. Alright. This also means I'll have to buy the new version of my video editing software because they won't let me download the old version that I'd already purchased. They want me to buy a new version. They don't do that. Apparently you just have to keep your computer forever. Ooh, here we go. Shot on the Frenchie. But I think the body of the Scorpion G was actually interfering. But we know at this point that Frenchie is a one-shot for sure to either one of these tanks, actually. Alright, Mr. Santa Claus. Let's help keep this guy lit. See what's going on. I would have actually gone around these buildings, and that's the wrong choice. Actually, it was good that Walt just stayed here because he did a little reversey. And that's the end of the game. A victory for Golf Dude 3 and the T30. An immense victory. The best part about this screen is its scroll bar for the incredible result that Golf Dude pulled off with his ace tanker, nearly 8,000 damage, 720 assistance damage, high caliber tank sniper, blah 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 blah, nearly 14,000 win 8. Fantastic result for the T30. And that's a ridiculous amount of base XP, 1,390, nearly 1,400 base experience, wiping the walls with absolutely everybody. The AMX AC-48 on the enemy team, he really did put in a good fight. He was the last one alive, nearly 5k damage, pretty impressive in that little tier 8 monster, but no match for the T30. 10 vehicles damaged, 5 destroyed, pretty impressive, even coming out of this with a profit and a couple of bonds. Fantastic result, Golf Dude 3. Really well done.